number 1 says reflect a point. So first we have to find a point, and it says to start in quadrant 4. So I'm going to label my quadrants. I got quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it says to choose a point in quadrant 4. We're going to choose 2, -3. I've labeled mine here, so this is 1, 2, -1, -2, -3. Part A says reflect this point that we just created over an axis so that its image is in quadrant 3. It means that when we reflect it, it's going to go over in this zone somewhere. Which axis do I need to reflect over in order to get into quadrant 3? Imagine putting a mirror on one of these lines. If you put a mirror over here, then when you reflect, your point's going to reflect over this way. If you were to put a mirror here, your point's going to reflect over the mirror in this section. So which axis do we choose? So we are going to reflect over the y-axis in order to get into quadrant 3. So for part A, we're going to say we reflect over the y-axis. Then it continues and it says, label the image B and write its ordered pair next to it. So what it's saying is when you reflect over this axis, draw the point, label it B, and tell me its location using the coordinates. And so B is at this point -2, -3. Then it says, what is the only difference in the ordered pairs between A and B? So we have A is 2, -3, and B is -2, -3. So what is the difference? So the x coordinate changed from a +2 to a -2. So continue to write down here, the x coordinate is the opposite. So when you reflect over the y-axis, the x-coordinate is the one that changes. Now moving on to part B. Part B says reflect point B over an axis so that its image is in quadrant 2. If I reflect over this axis, it's going to move this way. If I reflect over this axis, it's going to move this way. So which axis do I need to reflect over? We are going to reflect over the x-axis this time. Then it says, label the image C and write its ordered pair next to it. So we're going to move B by reflecting over the x-axis, label the point C, and name its coordinates. So where is it? Use the x and the y coordinates. We have to go in the x direction first, and we go 1, 2 backwards. So we have a -2 as our x coordinate, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 in the vertical direction. So it's going to be +3. -2, +3. X goes horizontal first, then y goes vertical. What is the only difference between the point B and the point C? And how are they related? So point B and point C, the y coordinate is now its opposite. So the y coordinate is the opposite. All right. And now C. y. Yeah, you have to move it on the y, so that way it reflects this way. Alright, it's not recording when I pause it, just so you know, so you doesn't hear your voice. Alright, and then Ivan, it says, how does this one compare to point C?
It's the -2 turned into a +2.
Yeah, and that's the x or the y?
X.
Yeah, the x is the opposite.